Hello and welcome to another video. Today we have a 48 by 48 base plate in front of you. And what are we going to do with this beautiful plate? Well, we are going to construct the assembly square on it. However, the assembly square is 32 by 48. So what are we going to do with the rest of the 16 by 48 grid on this base plate? Well, I have news for you. There is a plan, and the plan is thus. The street in the middle of the road. What? The street in the middle of the road in the middle of the street is not a road or a street at all. It is, in fact, a walking path. This is cool and great because I don't like cars or parking or having to find a park. So instead, my city will be a beautiful walkable utopia. And I don't have to worry about parking. You can just walk it and shop it and eat at it and play tennis on the roof next to the hotel. Beautiful. So in today's video, we are going to build or start our walking path. These plates are 16 by 16 by 1 1/3 brick. Basically, they form a Mills plate standard height. Come with Technic pins, and I already have them, so I didn't have to pay for these. Well, I did a while ago, but you know what I mean. So that covers the entire. The assembly square will be built on this, on top of this. The tiles for the street will be built into this, onto this surface. Any floor in the assembly square would be black and covered up promptly by me, probably. So I don't have to build anything else under this, under lime brick, all the little plates in between. I don't have to do any of that. It's done. The base plate, the Mills plate is complete. So here in this space, we are going to do a little bit shorter. I want it to be a little bit shorter up until this spot right here. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is basically I am trying to figure out a way to build the Mills plate underneath the larger walking path on this section. And I'm going through a couple iterations here. This first one, I put a brick down, and then I was going to put the plates on top. Didn't work, so then I thought, let me start with the bonsai tree. So I got the bonsai tree set, and I built it, and then I destroyed it, and then here I am trying to figure out how to put it all back together. It took me like an hour. And then I finally positioned it on there, and I built a planter around it, and I poured all the little seeds in there. And then I showed it off, and I was like, check this out, and then I broke it. And then I pulled out the tree, and then I couldn't get it in and out, so I had to redo the entire thing. And I put it back in, and I rebuilt the floor, the planter box, and I put the seeds back in. And so then I kind of gave up on the whole walking path situation, and now this video is just me building the assembly square. Update on the assembly square build. I decided to go for the assembly square instead of the police station, which is currently bagged up on the floor there. I started with this cardboard box full of all the pieces that the pieces came in, multiple bags. I moved quickly to this large container, which I have still yet to organize. All these pieces, bits and bobs, doors, windows, printed pieces, minifigs, large plates. I sorted out the gray a bit because there's so much in here, it's distracting me. I sorted out a little bit of tan, but there's still plenty of tan in there. I got random bits and bobs that I've collected, and here it is on the 48 by 48 plate with the bonsai tree as well, which I am quite liking the look of. You'll see here at a low level, it's gonna be about 2 plates taller, I think. roughly. So it'll have a bit of a stoop, but very exciting. And then of course we have the beginnings of the assembly square here. We are on step 31, and we're doing okay. Mostly everything is there so far. I am missing one tan 1x3 tile. You guys let me know if you see it. I haven't been able to find it yet, but everything is elsewise coming into play. So very exciting, very fun, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip. I'm not sure what that was just happened right now. We have finished the first floor, I believe. This is the first floor of Assembly Square here. We got the corner cafe and a plant shop and Auntie Anne's. Definitely not Auntie Anne's, but it's definitely Auntie Anne's, you know what I'm saying? So we got all the cakeries and stuff going on in there, and the various plants and flowers and parakeets going on in there, and of course the lovely cafe and all that's going on there, and the front there, it's quite interesting, and the tiled off. And of course we're building it on the 48x48 base plate, so it's sitting up Mills plate style, as well as we're going to integrate the walking path on these 16 studs here, which includes the bonsai tree, going to be right in the smack dab center of town. Very excited for that. We started to organize a little bit more of the pieces here. Still a work in progress. I'm gonna take one of those gray boxes and switch it out for sand blue, and we got all the printed stuff, the doors, everything. I decided to pull out all of these tan pieces with the nougat deals. I was taking them apart at first. You can see tons of the snot bricks in there, but I decided, you know what, I'm just not going to waste my time, and I'm going to pull out all these little mini builds, so now they're on the side. So that's very fun. Whoa, check me out. That's a pretty cool piece. It's an official Lego mirror. Okay, guys, absolutely massive update on the Lego Assembly Square set. I finished the second floor here. We have, finally, I would say, honestly, I would finally say we have some actual interesting Lego techniques going on here. Specifically with this camera, you can see in there we're using the 1x1 clips and the small single stud ball joints on a pin, or on a rod rather, and those are just clipped into that. I don't know if I would consider that a legal technique. Obviously it's in a Lego set, so they are considering it legal. There's no stress on the parts or anything like that, but I think that's a pretty sweet technique. We're using a lot of jumper plates to get the depth on these windows. So at the beginning here on the gray, the jumper plate is coming in, so all of these are inset half a stud, and then the jumper plates there in white at the top of the window, and it's the same for the back side, and that gives you this white, the white plate here is sitting in the center stud inside the jumper, so it comes back to even, and then you tile it off, and that creates that sealed connection on the bottom and the top, which allows you to have that interesting depth. Meanwhile, in the dentist office is a lot. Whoa, golly, man! Meanwhile, in the dentist office, this chair and really this whole area in the back of the building is quite interesting. The sink there is actually a window piece on its side with a trans blue piece, and it's sitting. So this gray brick in the back of the wall is a studs not on top piece, and then the pieces are just kind of like stuck into that against the wall, which is pretty cool. And then the dentist chair, this is where things get crazy. Well, not really, but there's a lot of clips. We're using faucets, claws, robot arms, clips, all sorts of things going every which way. This weird coat rack piece in white there, That whole thing is one piece. Look at this. This whole thing is one piece. What is this? Where has this ever been used before in anything else? It's like a lamp piece. It's a 2x2 with a, like, I don't even know, 5 brick tall rod here. It's crazy, with a stud on top. Like, how many bricks is that? It's like 5 bricks tall. Outrageous. I will say this isn't actually now that I'm looking at this isn't the entire second floor. This is going over the the flower shop, as well as the Auntie Anne's pretzel bakery there. That kind of just sits in on a couple jumpers. I think it's connected by 4 jumpers, and that's the whole thing. So now you get a much nicer view of this. Now we're seeing some verticality here. The tree is looking really good. Once we get the walking path on the rest of that base plate, that's really gonna come to life. It's got some great shadows on the floor as well. I'm loving how that's gonna be integrated into this path. But yeah, so we can see now we've got some integration there with the flower shop, these nice windows, the printed pieces here, this beautiful turret, which of course these quarter round dome bricks in dark gray are upside down. They are stuck in with some gold, like they're the single studs with the pin instead of a stud on top. And then there are pieces like this with the hollow stud, and you just stick it into that upside down. And then the other circle piece is just sitting on top. There's no connections between those two, which I thought was pretty interesting. Luckily for me, we've really started to organize a little bit. I think things are gonna really start to speed up here. We're running out of doors and windows as well. Luckily for me, a lot of these annoying pieces were already built. I didn't actually have to stick any of these on, which I've seen in other reviews. They're just like, oh, this is annoying, repetitive stuff. And initially when I bought this whole thing, I wanted to take it all apart, the whole entire thing, piece by piece. And I found that, well, I will say, if you're gonna build something from Bricklink like this, and you're gonna have the entire set in one big giant bin, it's definitely gonna be better for you to organize it out and not worry about like all these little micro builds and stuff. Like if you see all this stuff that's already kind of stuck together, don't take it apart, man. It's not worth it. Like when I get to the stuff in the bags, like of course it's better to have the entire experience yourself. That's all fun and good. But yeah, so that's all I gotta say for now. And I'll update you guys when I finish this half of the second floor, and then again at the top. Finally finished the second floor now. We've got some serious height here now. I'm really liking this height that I'm seeing. We got here a sort of music shop studio deal. We got a cash register. We got an electric acoustic guitars. We got a friggin' drum set. And a saxophone. Now, again, we employed the rotated window here. We do get a little bit of the gap going. We didn't slide any wedge plates in there or nothing to sneak away some gaps. I will say this floor in particular had a lot of issue snapping in, particularly in this region. You can still see some of those pieces aren't quite sitting right. I'm not sure. You guys let me know if anybody else has had issues in here. I'm missing a couple black 1x1 tiles that need to sit on top of the door frame there on the light gray. You can see right through, but otherwise construction was fine. You can kind of tell like maybe it's not sitting quite perfect on there, but I had to rebuild this bottom of the top of the first floor a couple times, just a little bit, but we got it in there. Not a lot of interest happening in this room in particular, I would say. The pre-molded pieces are nice. The drum set is kind of cool. This cash register is pretty lame. exact same staircase as the previous floor coming in. So we'll see. I know we got the ballet studio, the cook area on top, and then the apartment there to round out the assembly square. But it's starting to really take shape here. Again, looking at that bonsai tree in front is just so iconic. I'm thinking in the winter, I'll take the branches off, and in the spring, we'll put the pink on. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. And just like that, folks, it's done. We have finished Assembly Square, the beginning of the city. We're very excited about it. It's all done here. We got it all built. So, thoughts on the build, and then I'll do I might do a separate video for the actual review. Quick thoughts. The building process for this is my first modular build, by the way. I understand that I've embarked on this entire mission without having built a single one of these. But this is the first one that I've built. And this one came from a Bricklink order. So it was the whole thing in one bag, like 2 bags. So I didn't sort any of the pieces. I just kind of built the whole thing straight out of the one bag. Poured it all into a giant tub and built the whole thing like that. So I built it on this 48 by 48 base plate on top of some 16 by 16 by 1 1/3 plates, acting as a Mills plate. And I had no real complications. I had a couple pieces missing from the Bricklink order, which, you know, it happens. I'm pretty sure the order said it might be incomplete, so whatever. At the end of the day, it's fine. I just got in my Palace Cinema, so I'll do some proper sorting when it comes to getting that one made in the future. But yeah, overall, I thought this build, aside from the inconvenience of having to build it from one giant bag, I thought it was fairly enjoyable. The walls, like building all of these big walls is pretty repetitive. You know, you set in your pieces, a bunch of 1x6 bricks over and over and over and over again. Can be a little annoying, but for the most part, I would say what I actually really enjoyed would be like all the little micro builds and all the little details, and seeing it as tall as it is now. I think that's something that I didn't really expect, was the overall height of the whole thing. I think it makes me way more excited for how this is gonna look going into the future. We're gonna do the jazz club here and the police station here, and then on the far right will be what is it gonna be? Oh, the Palace Cinema, and then the Tudor Corner on this end for your left. So I think that's gonna look good. This side of the street is all official sets, modular buildings. Bonsai tree is gonna be right smack dab in the center of it all, and it's gonna house, the rest of this base plate is going to be the walking path. I think I might lay a layer of brick and then cover that with the walking path pieces, the tiles and stuff, because then it will be a plate shorter than the Mills plates, and that will give it a little bit of texture, a little bit of height differential. Depth would be an appropriate word as well, and I think that'll work itself out pretty nicely. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching the build on this one. It will be a lot faster with the bags. I won't have to worry about as much about sorting everything or finding pieces. You know, it'd be like 5-10 minutes a piece sometimes, you know. So and there were missing pieces. Almost all of them I found. I did not get the little baby stroller. None of the pieces for that are here. I did not get a second lamp post, but I've found them on the pick a brick wall, so that's not a big deal for me. And I missed like, there's like a black stud that's supposed to be there, as well as another one here. I covered this one with a tile. The top of this is a hollow stud, so it just sits right on there. I don't think there was anything else that was actually major enough to warrant a complaint. None of the specialized prints, none of the doors or windows or printed pieces, literally like the tiniest little things. So I'm not really gonna worry about it. Yeah, so with that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of The Lego Street. Is that what we're gonna call this? I don't know.